Hi friends, this is Ravi Kanth Miriyala. Let us have a quick revision on today's paper, that is paper 1, financial reporting for CA final. The paper overall is actually, not that difficult, and most of the questions have come from ICA material, and few questions obviously they have tweaked a little bit, and one or two questions have come from RTP, right? That is directly, I think, 12 marks or 14 marks questions. Let us get into that. That is related to Ind AS 109. So like that, let us have a quick review about this paper. And I'm not going to discuss the solutions for this, right? I hope you understand. That may affect the students who are writing the exam right now, correct? So I'm going to do a separate video and I'll share it with you once the examinations are completed. And this solution will be available in my website as well, that ravikanthmiriyala.com. Okay, right. So let's have a quick revision. Fine. See, this is my website. Fine. This for the solution as well as books also students can purchase from here. And let's look at this weightage of marks. See, like there are totally 36 standards which are going to be applicable for CA final examination. Out of that, they have beautifully linked the standards, correctly speaking. We have to appreciate it. And they have asked approximately 20 standards, 20 minimum standards have been tested. So it's more than 50% of the syllabus has been tested to check whether student is ready or not. And a few questions have been interlinked, like 34, that is interim financial statements, with Ind AS 2, that is inventory valuation, and Ind AS 21, that is effects of changes in foreign currency, with Ind AS 110. At the same time, Ind AS 12, that is consolidation and deferred taxation. That was beautifully linked actually, right? As I said, most of the questions have come from ICA material, and I told you it has been tweaked little, not 100%, not 100% different, I mean to say, but it is not that very difficult paper. That is what my opinion. But some students may find it little lengthy. Okay, but maybe with this point and this problem we can overcome with little bit of more practice. That's all I can say. Right, let us get into one standard which was tested, how many marks, and what was the topic about. Okay, right, let's have the first point. What I say, that is, first question has been asked from consolidation chapter, that is Ind AS 110, and within the consolidation, which topic? That is chain consolidation, right? Like A company holds B company holds a C company, then how do you do consolidation? And the adjustments with respect to this consolidation is also, it's not something great, right? It is as usual, and I can say, whoever have done the practice of those questions must have answered it perfectly. Okay, and I told you this is not something difficult. It is very easy and very straight question. There is no intricacies in this sum, actually speaking. Okay, and when you go to the first question and the part B, and this is for 4 marks, that is from Ind AS 1, and Ind AS 1 related question is basically to test whether the student knows current non-current definition correctly or not. That's all. That too, most of the questions have come from current definition. Current definition is an asset, correct, which is expected to be realized or consumed or held for sale within the normal operating cycle. What is operating cycle? Correct. What is operating cycle? From the date of acquisition of assets till the collection, the period, the between these two dates period is operating cycle. Correct. So the first line is purely meant for operating assets. Right. So, I mean, they have asked the questions, they have asked in 4 bits. In each case, they are asking you, is it a current or is it non-current? The company has done it like this. I mean, what do you say? Your comment. Got it? And it is not something great. It is such kind of questions you must have faced number of already. Right. A student will find it easy if they remember the definition of current asset correctly. That's what I feel. Okay. Right. And when you go to the next question, second question, they have, I mean, this question, if you see it, maybe in India's 40, that is investment property. India's 40 investment property. I mean, in ICA material under question and answers, test your knowledge or something like that. Right. It is already there, but it is a little smaller version and a good one. Right. Here, as you know, they said like there are 3 properties are there. Yeah, 2 properties has been used by the company for its own business. One has been rented out and they are waiting for a sale, something like that. So this is basically about the classification. How do you classify an asset? Correct. Whether it is a property, plant and equipment, or it's an investment property. Yeah. So, I mean, if you can write the definition of what is PPE, PPE is a tangible asset held for producing goods or providing services, rentals or other administration purpose, which is expected to be for more than useful life is for more than one period. Like, I mean, basic, if you know the definitions and overall knowledge about Ind AS 16 and Ind AS 40, correct, na? Right, that's it. It is very easy to handle. Such kind of question is already there in ICA material. Okay, right. I don't think so. This question also students will find it difficult because it has been already asked in the examination. I think one time. This is second time they are asking the same question. Okay, that's why I feel, I mean, most of the students must have been already prepared for it and they must have got, I mean, they must have answered it very well. Right. Let's go to the next question of the second question itself. Yeah, a second question that has come from Ind AS 115. Contracts from, I mean, revenue basically. Right. So in this question, the basic target, what they have asked, yeah, they have asked for 12 marks and it is all about allocation of discount. If discount is particularly specifically related to 1 or 2 assets, then we are supposed to allocate the discount to that 2 assets, but not to the all assets in the ratio of SSP, standalone selling price. Right. So this, I mean, point based. Same question is actually, I'm not sure whether it is in ICA material or not, but this has been picked even by me in my book Ind AS Made Easy, and even by the exam paper setter. This has been picked from IASB illustrative examples on Ind AS 115. Yeah, IASB releases illustrative examples on every standard almost, and on all recent released standards they have given illustrative examples. This example has been picked from there and beautifully asked. And if you know the concept, I don't think so you'll find it difficult. Very easy, and you can score, I can say, full marks can come from this. And the same question with number change obviously is available in my textbook, that is Ind AS Made Easy as well. Right. And this also I don't think, I mean, people will find it difficult. Right. When it comes to Ind AS, next question is with respect to Ind AS 41, agriculture. Yeah, this question is trite question, and this question is directly available in ICA material, and none of them will find, if they have practiced it, they don't find it. I mean, there is nothing new as such in this question. No intricacy, no interlinking, nothing, straight. Okay, and straight and simple, students can write it easily. That's what I feel. Right. Next question is Ind AS 36. Yeah, generally this Ind AS 36 impairment, In general trend, if you see, they used to ask a little bit higher level question from Ind AS 36, but maybe for a change, this time they asked in simple fashion, right? They have given some asset cost is how much, and they said SLM method you are supposed to follow, correct? Okay, you have to depreciate it, and some 3 years related recoverable amount they have given, right? So here, I mean, if you start depreciating, maybe in 1 year you will find there is no impairment loss. In the next year you will find impairment loss. In the third year you will find a reversal of impairment loss, something like that. And it is a straight, my dear. It is not again something great. Something great. If you know reversal of impairment loss, that concept, and you will find that very easy actually. The concept itself is easy, no tricky. That's all. Okay, right. And it was, that's why obviously it was not tricky. That's why they asked it for only 6 marks. And let's come to the, I mean, next question, which is asked on Ind AS 21 plus 12. Actually, I should say not only 21 plus 12, it should be plus Ind AS 110. Yeah, I mean, because it is like a transaction between parent company and the subsidiary company. Okay, parent bought the goods from subsidiary company, something like that. One has bought from the other person. Obviously, the seller has sold it for a profit. Okay, as on 31st March, these goods are lying in the hands of the holding company. So there is unrealized profit because the other party has sold it for profit. Correct? And because of this, you know, in Ind AS 12, indirect income taxes, correct? Na? Right. You will find deferred taxation is supposed to be recognized with this respect. Correct? Right. So that angle, I mean, that's what I told. And he's asking from the consolidation point of view, what could be the journal entry, and that's what. Linking the foreign exchange, that is Ind AS 21 with 12 and consolidation related. All three has been beautifully linked and was asked, but anyhow it was not for, I mean, because transaction is very simple, that's why the allocation of marks also I feel perfectly all right. I mean, student who has practiced it and student who has idea about all these three standards linkage, I don't think so they'll find it difficult. Maybe one or two students, I mean few students must face some problem, I mean, because of lack of understanding or knowledge. Otherwise, I don't think so it's so difficult and so great. Done. Now come to this, our favorite and the biggest and ever beautiful standard, which is Ind AS 109, that is financial instruments. Right. So when it comes to Ind AS 109, and it, you know, for your information, they have asked it for 2 times. I mean, 2 questions has been incorporated. One is for 14 marks and the other one is for 5 marks. So it is totally been asked for 19 marks. Totally has been asked for 19 marks. Right? 19 marks means 19 percentage has been given to one standard, and I feel that's perfect because that standard is that big and that beautiful and ever beautiful. That's all I can say. Right? You know that. And okay, let's look at the 14 mark question. If 14 mark question has come from RTP, exactly from RTP. Yeah, if the same question it has been asked in RTP, the same thing, I made it one RTP related one, a small video which is available in my channel. Right? It was explained there. Exactly same question. Same question means simple. A company has given a loan to the employees, to one person, some 25 lakh, 30 lakh, something they have given it. As per the initial understanding, employee has to pay generally 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 lakh, something like that, equal installments of principal plus interest. But employee has an option to repay little more amount also. So that's why because of it, in the second installment, instead of 5 lakh, he paid 10 lakh rupees repayment. Okay, then obviously my financial asset value will change. Yeah, you will be following amortized cost method. So all that basically, I mean, they are trying to test that amortized cost, correct? And if there is a change in the expected cash flows from the asset, then how are you supposed to remeasure the financial asset? That is what tested here. And the 5 marks related, it is I mean simple, I feel. It is basically a convertible debt. Okay, that is conversion. I mean, that is Ind AS 32 related. But anyhow, Ind AS 32, 109, 107, all are related to financial instrument. And in this, I mean, classification of equity and liability based question, right? And they asked for a small amortization table. And I don't think so you will find, a student will find very difficult, right? Easy, right? Next point is Ind AS 101 with Ind AS 20. Under Ind AS 20, there is no concept of capital approach. That means you cannot transfer the government grant received to capital reserve, right? But as per accounting standard 12, we had two approaches. We have two approaches. One is capital approach and the other one is revenue approach or income approach. Under capital approach, government grant is being transferred to capital reserve. Under under revenue approach, it will be transferred to profit and loss in a rational and systematic fashion. Correct. In the given circumstance, in this question, what they have asked, government has given a loan at below the market interest rate. Okay, and the company has to repay the loan. The company has to repay the loan in one shot, that is towards the end of some number of years. Correct. And in between, what has happened? The company has, correct, when they got the government grant, that time they were following accounting standards. Now in between, their net worth has crossed whatever the limit. Now they are getting into Ind AS. That is on the date of transition, that is Ind AS 101 applicable. On the date of transition, what are we supposed to, correct, now what are we supposed to follow? How do you, as part of transition, this government grant, how do you convert it? How do you, transit it to Ind AS basically? That was the question, right? And this is not, okay kind in the sense, I don't expect everybody would have done good job. Okay, but maybe bit difficulty. They may feel bit difficulty. Otherwise, okay question. It's not that easy. At the same time, it is not that very difficult. But yes, student has to apply their knowledge and accordingly answer. Okay, right. So that was asked for 6 marks. Quite good. It won't take too much time for the student because calculation wise, nothing much is required. But yours, because they have not given the percentages and etc. Yeah, it's all going to be, most of the things is going to be theoretical answer. Okay, what is to be done? And next question has been asked from corporate social responsibility. It is straight and simple. You don't find any, surprises in this. Okay, right. And a small information to you guys. I joined an academy. My classes on GFRS, Global Financial Reporting Standards, which is paper 6E, is going to start on Unacademy platform from 21st July. Right. If any of you interested, you can subscribe to Unacademy channel and let's have the class in depth. Totally, it will take 20 to 25 days, I feel. In-depth discussion. And my point is, after reading financial reporting, and if you take up this GFRS, proper revision of your all Ind AS is going to happen. That's going to be helpful to your practice. Once you get into a job or something, it's obviously and 100% it is useful to you. That I can assure you, right? Obviously, I'll be sharing all my practical knowledge because I am into this Ind AS transition, Ind AS consultancy, Ind AS opinion, everything, prefix or suffix Ind AS. Okay, right. So yes, we will be covering everything, that is ICA study material, previous year questions, RTPs, everything is going to be covered in this great discussion, right? If interested, please join, right? And let's go to the remaining standards. Yeah, some few things are obviously left, right? That is Ind AS 33. This is quite good question. The topic what they have asked is contingently issuable shares. Right? So they have given the information under what circumstance you can take it for basic EPS and what circumstance you can take it for diluted EPS. Very good sum. Student can answer only when they have the relevant knowledge and in-depth knowledge if they have. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult for them. Okay, and it has been asked for 8 marks. Right, next one is Ind AS 108 operating segments, you know, and the question from this area is not that difficult and great, and this question has been given in the ICA material. It is available in my material, and I mean, it's pretty easy but lengthy. That's all I can say. It is going to be lengthy for the student, right? 8 marks, 15 minutes may they have to complete it. Student may take more than that. Okay, that's one issue with this question, right? Not heavy calculations, but by the time you prepare the entire sheet, segment reporting sheet, no, then it will take seriously some time, right? Next question is Ind AS 116. Yeah, Ind AS 116, that leases, and this leases, it's again, I mean, not that great question as such. Okay, and it has been asked only for 4 marks. Yes, actually question itself is not that great. Acceptable, that's it. Reasonable knowledge is sufficient to answer this. Right, next one is Ind AS 34 and 2, that is inventory plus interim financial reporting. The Ind AS 34, interim financial statements. In case of interim financial statements, how do you allocate fixed overheads? As per Ind AS 2, fixed overheads are supposed to be allocated based on normal capacity or actual capacity, whichever is higher. Correct. Same rule you are supposed to follow. Ind AS 2 will not change just because you are following interim financial statements or final financial reporting. It doesn't matter actually. I mean, just to confuse the student, they have given, like they said, like actual production for the year is equal to this much, and quarter 1 production, quarter 2 production, quarter 3, quarter 4 number of units produced, actual number of units produced. That is what they have given. I mean, if they have applied it reasonable, if it clicked to that, I mean, to the students in the examination, still they don't find a difficulty. But fine, maybe I understand, as a student in the examination center, considering the circumstances, it may strike, may not strike to them. Otherwise, it's not that very difficult question, and that's why it has been asked for only 5 marks. Right, next question is Ind AS 102. I mean, it is as usual, normal share-based payments question. I mean, cancellation related, that was something was asked, and it was for 5 marks. I mean, this is simple actually, not that difficult and great question. Okay, and when it comes to last question, little bit of linkage of Ind AS 103. Actually, Ind AS 103 related, nothing is there. Actually, they have not asked business combination related, not even one question. This has an indirect linkage, otherwise not direct. Yeah, it is in case of business combination, they purchased an intangible asset. Okay, that intangible asset has not been recognized by the selling company. Okay, and they have given what is the fair market value. Correct. As per the standard, you are supposed to recognize it at fair market value of all the assets and liabilities, identifiable assets and liabilities at fair market value. Correct. I mean, just to touch upon that small concept, I mean, they have asked one small question, which is again for 5 marks. Right. So this is all basically, I mean, these are all the standards have been asked. I mean, paper overallly student may find it easy, I feel, or moderate. It is not at all difficult. And on an overall basis, I am trying to say it is moderate, not at all difficult. And if you have practiced well, then you will find it very comfortable. And if you had less practice, then obviously, correct. Now, some people, I mean, maybe some people, they may find it lengthy little, but not too lengthy again. Minimum, I feel like 90 plus marks students can attempt very easily. 90 plus, that's what average speed or something like that. That's my opinion, basically. Right, my dear? And as I told you, I'm going to come out, right, this information I gave it to you already. Fine. As I'm going to come with a detailed solution discussion once again. I mean, a solution copies also will be available in my website once after examinations, all examinations are over. And that's it. Thank you.